Friends of Malawi, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all of you. I feel honored to address this extraordinary gathering of members of the Scotland-Malawi Partnership. The bond between our two nations, now in its third century, is one that I personally hold in the highest esteem. If it were not for this bond, there would not be such celebrated names in my country as Livingstonia Beach, or Sunbird Livingstonia Hotel, or Livingstonia Synod, or Blantyre City, all derived from unbreakable linkages between our two nations. It is therefore altogether proper that we not only sustain the legacy of this friendship, but take it to a new level. In this spirit of solidarity, allow me to register my sincere condolences for the loved ones you have lost to COVID-19 pandemic. I share your concern for the recent surge in infections in Greater Glasgow and Clyde, Lanarkshire and Lothian. And I commend you for the efforts you are making to ensure public health and safety. It's remarkable that in the midst of your fight against this pandemic, you have still been working side by side with us in our own fight here in Malawi. For 6 months straight, the impact of your support to us in raising funds and coordinating efforts has been far-reaching and inspiring, and thank you for this. For my part, I pledge my commitment to foster our ties in the spirit of a true partnership, one founded on our long history of mutual respect and shared values. Although our partnership may not yet or always be one of similar contribution, it is my desire that under my administration, it should be one of equal sacrifice, joint participation, and mutual accountability. I have been encouraged by your demonstration of goodwill and good faith to do the same, as expressed in your August 12th invitation to have me serve as honorary co-patron of the Scotland-Malawi Partnership, alongside Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal, a designation I am honored to accept. As you discuss various avenues of advancing and leveraging this special partnership for our two nations, allow me to submit and propose 3 benchmarks for your consideration. As you know, there are currently over 300,000 Malawians and Scots working together across 1,200 different civic links, including schools, universities, businesses, NGOs, faith groups, and community groups. My first challenge to this gathering is to consider and propose potential ways of scaling up the linkages to 1,500 and the number of our peoples involved therein to 500,000 over the next 3 years, starting with our shared struggle against COVID-19 over the next 12 months. In the same vein, I'm keen to hear your thoughts on what opportunities there are for increased exchange programs aimed at building capacity in ways that are relevant to the developmental needs of our two countries. This, I believe, would be consistent with our shared goal of ensuring that our partnership remains one of people to people. Secondly, as you know, in April 2018, my predecessor signed an updated cooperation agreement, the Global Goals Partnership Agreement, during a visit that he'd made to Scotland. That agreement set out how our two governments would work together to deliver UN Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. Its signing was followed by a high-level conference that Malawi hosted in late September that year. Therefore, my second challenge to this gathering is to consider this prospect of a similar high-level conference to be hosted by Scotland in the next 5 years to track and celebrate progress made in the implementation of that agreement and identify areas of improvement, especially in the area of strengthening our respective governance institutions through shared learning, technical support, and infrastructural development. This, I believe, would be consistent with our shared goal of keeping this a partnership of nation to nation. I'm aware that Scotland is preparing to host the 26th UN Climate Change Conference in November of 2021, and you can count on Malawi's full participation. If I may say so in passing, perhaps the sidelines of that event offer an opportunity for us to make further progress in planning the high-level conference I have proposed. In any case, the fast approaching COP26 brings to me my third challenge to this gathering. I'm eager to hear any proposals you have on how we can ignite a movement of climate change activists amongst our peoples, the kind to capture the imagination of Malawi's youth. I believe the time has come to escalate the sense of urgency among our people regarding the threats to our indispensable relationship with nature. For that reason, I'm eager to see this partnership between us become an example to the world of two nations approaching climate change with sense of urgency and in the spirit of collaboration commensurate with the existential threat this truly is. With these few remarks and assurances of my highest consideration, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of declaring this Scotland-Malawi annual conference open. Thank you for your attention.